This is Sunrise Extra, streaming live on Wave Now.
I think I need to run to a spirit store today. I need to add that to my agenda.
Her arms are crossed because she's thinking really hard about how she's going to make her outfit.
It's all about the details and the makeup for the outfits.
And my dog doesn't. My son's dog does not have a costume yet either.
Oh, Wink has to change that. Come on. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, why not? Yeah, please, y'all, send us the pictures of your kids, your pups, your cats, everybody in a costume. We've been loving to show that throughout the morning. And also, don't forget the jacket as you're heading out. What we're seeing right now, those temperatures in the upper 30s and the low 40s to start off the day. So we are off to that chilly start, including in the metro, where we're seeing much of the same with the upper 30s and low 40s this morning. Now, we are dealing with some clouds drifting through our region right now. We're going to keep that mix of sun and clouds as we head through the morning into this afternoon, with highs getting into the 50s for later on today. Now, something we'll watch very closely, of course, when everybody's going to be trick-or-treating later on this evening. We'll see temperatures gradually falling into the low 50s initially, and then the upper 40s as the evening wears on to another cool and chilly night. But at least we have quiet conditions finally in our forecast. And by the way, we are still keeping an eye on the tropics, with Hurricane Melissa just quickly falling apart, racing to the northeast at 41 miles per hour. And we'll watch that just falling apart as we head further into the weekend, Rob.
Okay, looking good. Thanks so much, Tawana. We appreciate it. Good morning to you at 7:01 on your Friday morning. It's a great day to get out there and pick up those last-minute supplies for your Halloween parties or your costumes. And happy to say, pretty smooth commute. This is 65 south on the Kennedy, nice and bright out there. It does look like there is a right lane blockage right out there. It looks like somebody's being towed, but no reports of accidents in that area as of right now. So you want to watch that area. This is 64 east of Oxmoor. Again, traffic picking up out there, but a lot of just good dry pavement out there. Certainly not what we've seen the last couple of days. So this is a great way to wrap up the work week. Your drive times right now still looking pretty good. We're at 10 minutes or under on 65 into the major metro areas. On the right-hand side, very little red spots, and that's a good thing. We're seeing primarily green, which means smooth sailing. If anything does change, of course, we're going to keep an eye on it throughout the morning. Shannon, back over to you for now.
Thank you. Federal food assistance is set to run out tomorrow. Louisville food banks and groups say they're doing what they can to help families in need.
The Feed Louisville Kitchen in Butchertown says it's never been busier. Staff say even before the threat of a benefits lapse, rising food costs had SNAP recipients turning more and more to community sources. The nonprofit prepares 700 to 800 meals a day. The group believes they could feed as many as 1,200 people a day if they get support to buy more food. The group says their partners are ready to drive all over the city to deliver hot meals.
Every food organization is having conversations both together and within their own organizations about how they're going to meet those needs. We're hearing about food banks like Dare to Care and our local food pantries running out of supplies.
Governor Andy Beshear joined a lawsuit with dozens of states to stop the cutting of SNAP funds. The judge in this case says he'll make a ruling soon. Some local leaders say there's uncertainty as to how much demand there will be and what could happen if benefits don't get to families' accounts.
The people should not go hungry. Full stop. We shouldn't be hearing stories from elders who are feeling a little faint because they don't have enough to eat. We shouldn't be hearing from young adults who had to stop their college classes so that they could go to work so their families could be fed.
Leaders say right now local pantries mostly need food that's rich in protein, plus boxed milk and canned foods that are easy to open.
And Indiana lawmakers proposing the state steps in with money to help Hoosiers who are set to lose their SNAP benefits. Around 600,000 people would be impacted if the government does not reopen. Our partners at the News and Tribune report Indiana State Representative Greg Porter is proposing the state do something so benefits continue. Porter suggested during a committee meeting to give $122 million in state funds to SNAP and another $10 million to local food banks. Porter says the state has a $2.5 billion surplus to pull money from for this effort. Republicans on the committee voted against putting it on the agenda. Their concerns were how the money would be loaded onto EBT cards. The Family and Social Services Administration says that's not the state's role in SNAP, and they're urging Democrats in the U.S. Senate to pass the short-term funding bill. Now, if you're looking for resources, we have a list of businesses and organizations helping people on our website. It includes food drive sites and also restaurants offering free meals. It's a list that's updated with the latest information on wave3.com.
A third person is now charged in a deadly Christmas Eve shooting in southern Indiana. The shooting happened last year. The Floyd County prosecutor says 42-year-old Marlon Love was arrested in Maryland. Love is now charged with murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Court documents name Love as a suspect with two other people. Jeffersonville police say officers found Jalen Baker shot off Grant Line Road near an apartment complex that night. Baker died at the hospital. Court documents say Kennedy Forrest admitted to investigators that Timothy Love and his uncle, identified as Marlon Love, were at her apartment talking about putting a hit out on Baker. Investigators say Baker and Love were members of rival gangs. Kennedy Forrest and Timothy Love were arrested earlier this year. Forrest said they hadn't been able to get in touch with Marlon since the shooting. Neighbors told police that Marlon's car was gone from the crime scene that night. Timothy Love took a plea deal back in July for conspiracy to commit murder. Forrest was sentenced in June for her charges, including assisting a criminal. She was sentenced to 134 days in prison and 2 years of house arrest. Marlon Love will stay in custody in Maryland pending extradition to Indiana.
Hardin County is celebrating the end of a decades-long wait for ambulance services in a number of rural neighborhoods. The county signed off on a lease of the ambulance Wednesday. The county promised a vehicle to West Hardin Fire Department. Community members and first responders have been concerned about wait times in the western parts of the county, which currently average more than 45 minutes for calls to some neighborhoods.
And we were finding that from the time a call dropped in some of the areas to the time the ambulance made it to the hospital and cleared, it was running somewhere near 87 minutes.
That new ambulance is expected to be ready for the department in November. Well, this is a program that's been helping residents in Louisville and southern Indiana stay in their homes longer and more safely.
The New Directions is a grant-driven initiative that helps eligible homeowners with updates to keep their homes safe and livable. Rob Wells is back with details. Rob?
Olivia, the program is managed by New Directions Housing Corporation, funded in part by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The director telling me that they completed 305 jobs last year and expect to do that many more this year. The goal is to help homeowners with little or no income, and particularly the elderly and those with disabilities, maintain properties and stay in their homes. The director of the Louisville-based program says that they complete things like roof repairs, window replacements, heating systems, and electrical issues, including furnaces, even carbon monoxide leaks. With a tough economy, the government shutdown, and winter quickly approaching, organizers are getting a lot of inquiries. Just last year, the home repair department spending nearly $4 million on home repairs just within our community. The repairs all possible through much needed support of government, businesses, and foundations. And of course, there's volunteers that take their time out to help out, along with the other specific skill sets like HVAC installers and plumbers. We'll have a link a little bit later this morning up on wave3.com about how to qualify and learn more about that program. Shannon, over to you.
Thank you. Louisville's most popular street for Halloween is getting ready for another busy year, but there are some changes to Hillcrest this year.
Those who live on Hillcrest tell us they're used to seeing about 3,000 to 4,000 trick-or-treaters a year. Yeah, that's a lot and a lot of candy they're going to be giving out, but they're expecting to see even more tonight with Halloween, even though those streets are closed off tonight for the first time. While neighbors may disagree on that change, they all agree they want visitors to have fun and be safe. We spoke with Hillcrest neighbors who say the street closure got a mixed reaction, but it was ultimately decided through a petition. While some think it's better for safety, others worry about Halloween turning into a block party. Homeowners are also expecting more police who will be there handing out free tickets to visitors. You do need a ticket this year, but again, it's free. While there has been some controversy, people there agreed the event should be about kids and families making memories. Thomas Rogers says he's helped run a Halloween photo booth at his sister and brother-in-law's house on Hillcrest since 2009, and the night's energy is what brings him coming back every year.
My favorite part's just seeing people enjoy it. They really do. I mean, you see people come up here and they look at it and go, it's free, I get to do this, and they dance or silly. Everybody always seems to be really appreciative of what we do and appreciative of what goes on the street.
Trick-or-treating on Hillcrest will run from 5 to 9 tonight. Free entry tickets will be available at the Frankfort Avenue and Brownsboro Road entrances. People there are also collecting canned goods for United Crescent Hill Ministries. Hopefully they can get a lot of those because I know they're going to have so many people out there.
Imagine how much money they spend on candy.
A lot of money on candy on top of the decorations that they're already putting out there too.
Yeah. A lot of our favorite college football teams are back in action tomorrow.
We'll have a preview of who UK, U of L, Indiana, and Western Kentucky will all play this weekend coming up after the break.
Costume contest, car show, and a concert with the Crashers. Paris-Town will have it all going on.
The fun kicks off around 7 o'clock tonight. It even continues through Saturday if you don't want to stop the party on Halloween.
You don't spend the whole night, though. We should be clear.
No, you don't. You don't.
It's another event.
Just another event. Marissa Berg tells us about the long weekend of festivities.
There's going to be a lot of action in Paris-Town this weekend when they're celebrating Halloween. Yeah, the party starts on Friday, but there's even more to see, hear, and enjoy on Saturday. And I'm talking about the car show. But even bigger than that, they're going to be giving away a car to a very deserving young person. I am here with Matt with Goods Custom Cars. And let's tell me a little bit about what the First Car Project is about.
So the First Car Project's a foundation that gets cars donated to them to give kids aging out of foster care a fresh start. We was contacted by River City Rippers and Eric to take care of it, so we donated a detail on this car, made sure the interior was clean, the engine was clean. We put a ceramic coating on the paint and the windshield for better visibility so that the kid gets a fresh start in a car as well.
Oh, and you know, even as a car owner, that is a lot. That's something big off of their shoulders. And to make something like this possible, you have some amazing sponsors, and that's where Irving comes into play. Irving, tell us how it feels to just be a part of helping a kid who really maybe wouldn't have had this opportunity.
Yeah, so being a sponsor with the First Car Project has always been exciting for me. This is one we've done many times. Going through the reconditioning process, somebody aging out of that foster care system and having that additional stress, like you mentioned, that weight off their back is, being able to give gifted a vehicle that's been through reconditioning, detailed, and on top of that, they get a year worth of insurance it's exciting for that person. So they don't have that stress of going to work or going to school, whatever it is. They don't have to have that, do I have reliable transportation? So just being able to be a sponsor of that is just always amazing to me.
Absolutely. And guys, so as a part of this event, they're going to be giving away the car, but also you get to see some amazing cars. They're going to have some cars from the 80s and 90s out here. So it's going to be a party. And remember, all the fun does start today with a concert, and there's going to be so much fun. So just remember, Paristown is a place to be, not just Friday on Halloween, but Saturday too. More details on paristown.com. Marissa Burke, Wave News.
Very fun. So we need some good weather for that and all the trick-or-treaters out there too.
As long as it's dry, I think the rain is what really ruins it. Dry weather, we can handle the cold.
Yeah, and we're going to see the chilly weather all the way through the weekend, and we are going to continue to watch for a small rain chance for Saturday evening, but the main rain chance for the weekend will be overnight Saturday and the Sunday. We're sitting in the 30s and 40s right now, so after a chilly start, grab the jackets, grab the coats, whatever you need. In the metro, we're seeing temperatures ranging from 43 degrees for those of you in Jeffersonville to 42 in Douglas Hills, 45 for those of you into Fairdale. So yeah, everybody's cold, but it's still dark and early on our SkyTrack cameras looking towards downtown Louisville. Not much going on there. Watching a couple of clouds drifting on by to start off the day, and we're going to keep that mix of sun and clouds around for today as we return to the 50s for afternoon highs. Now for this evening for trick-or-treaters, we'll see those temperatures gradually falling down from the mid-50s around 5 p.m. down into the 40s as we approach around 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Once we head into the overnight hours, some more of those chilly temperatures, most of us waking up to upper 30s with a few low 40s here and there. We'll watch for clouds increasing throughout the morning with some light showers and drizzles showing up by the late afternoon into the evening. So that chance goes up after about 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. We'll keep that light rain around once we head into the overnight hours, and notice most of the rainfall across Kentucky. That's what it looks like as of right now. Heading into early on Sunday, rain chances gradually fading, and then the clouds will start to mix out through your Sunday afternoon. Still talking about less than an inch of rainfall with this system, with the majority of that light rain, as I mentioned, across Kentucky. So for the Lou City matchup, we'll watch for some drizzle initially and slightly better chances for light rainfall as we get through the second half of that matchup against Detroit City FC. But Lou City has played in a number of rain games this season, so they're not really unaccustomed to that. And same thing with Racing, but Racing's forecast actually looking a lot better. We are going to see those temperatures in the low 50s for that matchup against Bay FC, with some more of those clouds clearing across our area throughout that game. First half of next week shows a warming trend, returning to the mid to upper 60s for highs by next Wednesday, and our next decent rain chance shows up as we head into the following weekend.
Thank you. UK men's basketball team back in action last night after beating the #1 team in the country, Purdue, in their first exhibition. But this time they faced off against the Georgetown Hoyas. They jumped out to an early lead and never looked back, as for Georgetown, and the Cats went into halftime down by 7. In the second half, a lot like the first, the Hoyas had an answer for everything UK did, and the Cats just couldn't get it together. They fell by a score of 84-70. The Wildcats kick off the regular season Monday. They're going to take on Nicholls State University at 7 in Lexington.
Well, it's Friday. That means there's a whole slate of college football games, including teams right here in Wave Country. So the first game of the day includes the WKU Hilltoppers. They'll face off against New Mexico State at 2:30. That one will be in Bowling Green. Then at 3 o'clock, the 16th ranked Louisville Cardinals will travel to Virginia to take on Virginia Tech. The Cards looking to keep stacking wins for their playoff resume. At 3:30, the second ranked Indiana Hoosiers are on the road following their 56-6 win over UCLA. They'll be taking on Maryland tomorrow. And the final game of the day, that'll be Kentucky traveling to take on Auburn, and that one will kick off at 7:30, so a full day of football.
And coming up, Governor Andy Beshear getting into the Halloween spirit.
See some of the fun costumes and decorations from the governor and the White House after the break.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is getting into the Halloween spirit. You want to see his costume? This year, the governor is asking Kentuckians, won't you be my neighbor?
Oh, hey, neighbors. I didn't see you there. Welcome to my neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in Kentucky, and there are so many good things going on. People are living better lives. People are getting healthier, thanks to Dr. Stack and that Healthy Kentucky Home. With so many good things going on, it's important that we share. During tough times, that we're there for each other and that we always live out our faith and our values. And kids, there's an important night coming up called Halloween. That's when we dress up and pretend to be spooky things, but remember to be kind to each other during it. And make sure, whether you are one of those big kids or small ones, that you are safe on Halloween night in your neighborhood.
He's so good as that. Governor Beshear was Mr. Rogers for Thursday's Team Kentucky Update. It's a tradition he's been doing for a few years now. Last year, the governor was Ted Lasso. And as you heard, he reminds people to be extra careful and safe out there. The president also celebrating Halloween. Thursday, he greeted trick-or-treaters in front of the White House. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump handed out candy. What kind of candy? How about some full-size Hershey's chocolate bars? They gave those to the kids and also Twizzlers, but give me the chocolate instead. The treats were reportedly packaged in boxes featuring the presidential seal and signatures from the president and First Lady.
Oh, the full-size candy bars. Yeah, that's the house to be at. Well, some tiny little humans are getting into the spirit of Halloween. Take a look at these NICU babies at Baptist Health Louisville. They're celebrating their first Halloween. They're small, but still getting into the spirit. We have that ladybug. There's a firefighter. They even have a couple of Minnie Mouses in there. And of course, you've got to have Mickey Mouse too. These photo shoots are part of an annual tradition at Baptist Health Louisville with their NICU teams pairing up with local photographers throughout the year for different photo shoots for the different seasons. And they nailed it for Halloween.
So sweet.
So adorable.
And so special for the parents.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
This Wave News update is sponsored by Oxmoor Auto Group.
Good morning. I'm Shannon Kogan at 726. Federal food assistance is set to run out tomorrow. Louisville food banks and groups say they're doing what they can to help families in need. The staff says even before the threat of a benefits lapse, rising food costs had SNAP recipients turning more and more to community sources. The nonprofit prepares about 800 meals a day. The group believes they could feed as many as 1,200 people a day if they get support to buy more food. They say their partners are ready to drive the meals all over the city. Meteorologist Tawana Andrew here right now as we have a lot of kids getting ready for trick-or-treating tonight.
But you still got to go to school first. So we are going to be talking about some chilly temperatures for the kids at the bus stops this morning, upper 30s and low 40s right now. Peeking into portions of downtown over Spaghetti Junction, you can see that first bit of sunlight now off over the horizon with some clouds in the distance. You can see those same clouds showing up on the satellite and radar. We'll keep that mix of sun and clouds through the morning, afternoon, and into the evening with temperatures today maxing out in the mid to upper 50s. Keep in mind for trick-or-treating, we're going to be in the upper 40s and low 50s across our region. So a chilly, cool evening, but at least things are dry for today. Looking ahead to the weekend, we are going to be talking about a little bit more of some light rain and some drizzle as we head into Saturday evening and Saturday night, but most of the weekend is going to be dry overall, and we'll see some warmer weather by the middle of next week. Rob.
Tawana, sounds great if you're running out this morning to get that last-minute Halloween costume or preparing for your parties. Good morning to you at 728. Right now, pretty good on the big map here. We're looking at some slowdowns around 265 and Fern Creek. No reports of accidents in that area, but that may slow you down just a little bit this morning. Otherwise, green looks pretty good this morning. If we do see any accidents or tie-ups, we will let you know throughout the morning. Otherwise, your morning commute looking good so far. Make it a great Friday.